Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We haven't posted a video for a little while, so I figured we'd get some videos put out here. Got a little bit of time off, so I figured I'd work on one of my projects. This is the one that I'm kind of mainly focused on now for a little bit, is my 83 Dodge D150. So this one's going to be getting a full painless wiring kit and fuel injection put on, and we're going to sound deaden the floor and whatnot as well. So I'm just going to get this thing moved around and we'll get started on this thing. Let's see how she starts today. Okay, now that we got her turned around and smelly in the shop now, I'll do just a kind of a quick little walk around. So this side is the better side of it. I actually want to go back to this color, as you can see here. Once we get this side, the previous owner had tried to do some body work to it, and anyway, it just needs put some color splashed on it and some body work there. The rest is getting kind of bad on the box, but and then they also did some kind of funny stuff in the interior, painting the dash and these door panels, which were previously tan, which I wish were still that way. So this thing, I'm going to be pulling the interior out and doing sound deadening as well, but it needs a severe cleanup as well. So I'm going to be ripping and tearing. I might start with, haven't really decided yet where I'm going to start with the wiring side of it. If I should kind of start at the tail end of the truck and kind of work my way forward or whatnot. I'd still like to kind of keep this thing potentially movable if need be. So I'll start on it here and we'll get going. So here's the two kits that I got here. We'll kind of do a little open up here and show you kind of what's to be expected in here. Bring this camera down here. So this one I'm very excited about. This truck's always been a little bit rich, but it's ran pretty reasonable for the most part. So I want to, but I've always wanted to do a turbo on this thing, and that's kind of the plan. That's what I'm shooting for. So this is the master kit, and it's the power adder, so it'll accept supercharger or any sort of boost application. Get this out of here. So the FITech there, part number 31004, and then this is the painless kit I got. There's a part number for that guy as well. This one was just a kind of a basic kit. I didn't want to go too crazy because this thing, I'm going to be running a bunch of switches and stuff in it. I kind of want it a little more race car type thing in the interior. So this one doesn't, it isn't, there is one specifically for Mopar products and whatnot. This one's going to be just a fairly basic kit, but nice little fuse block and whatnot there. So we'll be installing this bad boy. It'll be nice to have all new updated wiring on this thing. And then actually, while I have this thing in too, I got intake gaskets because I have a leaky intake. So that's why we got puddles of oil laying on the ground. So we'll go from there. Okay, so the more I pull this wiring and loom and whatnot apart here, I'm thinking that we're going to end up pulling the interior out of this thing and getting it cleaned up, get the sound deadening put in, and then I can kind of run the wiring without having to worry about that. And then from there we can kind of start on where we're going to mount the fuse block. Most likely will be underneath the dash where the factory location is. And then we can kind of from there mount that sucker and get everything else kind of out of the way and start running the new stuff. So we'll get this thing cleaned out and hopefully we can get started on that. Okay, so we got all that stuff pulled out there now. She needs a real good vacuum yet, but and took all the belts out and everything like that too. There's still a little bit of stereo wiring and stuff that I'm gonna pull through. But this truck was originally a slant 6 truck with a manual on the floor there. So they had built some little kind of janky, I guess it works, the cover, but it's not sealed very well. So I want to address that and clean all of this up, get it really clean. I might even pull, I think I'm gonna pull the weather stripping and stuff off it. It's crumbling anyway. I'm going to get some new stuff. So I'm going to pull that all off, try and clean it as best I can, and then I'll go in and grab my sound deadening, and then I can start kind of setting that stuff in there. Okay, so while I was in here, I threw a little paint on there just because there was a few spots that were kind of, there's a few bare metal spots and whatnot. So threw just a real quick coat on there. Hopefully it won't hinder the process of putting that dampener in. And then on this cover, all I did now there, I ended up reusing it because actually it formed not too bad when they did that, but it had absolutely no seal in here. So I had some, probably some almost half-inch thick, kind of like I guess weather stripping. And so I stuck that on there, and actually it fits really well. So yeah, she's kind of just fogged now, and then I'm going to start probably on that far side there, and we'll start getting the dampener on there now. Okay, so that's the finished product. I wasn't able to do the two footwells there too much. I'd kind of 1 or 2 more sheets on each side would have been mint for that, but I kind of focused on the tunnel there. So that's done. I guess I'll start on. I'm trying to decide here if I'm going to pull this dash out or not. It'd be kind of nice because the heater isn't connected on this truck anyway, and it's just a rat's nest of wiring underneath there, and it'd be, I think, a lot nicer to do. And the other reason I was thinking was that I scored this set of autometer gauges from a swap meet for $100. So I want to put those in because like 90% of these gauges in this truck don't work. So I want to get them hooked up and whatnot, but. Okay, so we got the dash out, and I've now gotten all the wiring out of there. I'm trying to decide here now if I'm going to pull that heater box out of there. It doesn't work anyway, and I don't really care. It's only really a summer truck anyway. So we'll see what happens there. And then I did pull all the wiring off out of the, or most of it out of the engine bay. So I just have the starter wire left. I'm gonna have to crawl under and get some of that, and the fuel pump wire, and then all the back half of the truck as well. But all the front stuff is out now, and I've taken some of the components off. I still have some to do, and then I'll start kind of getting. I'll probably clean it up a bunch, and then start getting ready to figure out. Get all that wiring ran, or which way I'm going to route it, and also block off like some of the areas where I might mount the fuse box over that. Like I said, I kind of wanted to do it inside, but we'll see how it mounts, I guess. And then I left all the pigtails on a lot of the components that I'm still going to be using, and then that way I can still use those plugs potentially. If they're crappy, I'll use some new stuff, but that's what we'll do in the meantime. So, all right, so we'll probably end the video there. Got everything pulled off that I wanted to do. Kilmat was very close to being done. I might have to order some more and get that figured out, but all the wiring's done. I can do the cleaning now, what I wanted to do, and we can start figuring out which way we're going to route all the wiring and whatnot. So I'm very happy with the way it's come so far, so we'll figure out what we're doing next time here. So thanks.